And sometimes emotional abuse can be disguised as love, and that's why it's so dangerous, because someone can make you feel like they want the best for you, but really what they're trying to do is put you down. They don't want you to shine. They're trying to dim your light. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as the title explains, this video will be about real love. I haven't done a video about this yet, so I thought it would be really interesting and educational at the same time, because I know there's plenty of people out there that can be confused about what real love is, and is this real love? I think I'm in love. And it doesn't matter what age you are, whether you are young, whether you are older, love isn't the easiest of things to understand sometimes. And I just wanted to do a video breaking down things that would be considered to be real love and genuine love, and things that are definitely not real love. So traits and actions you need to look out for, you know, which you don't want to have in a relationship. So sit down, relax, and I hope you enjoy this video. So now let's get into it. So in a relationship, if you are experiencing real love, this will consist of respect, compassion, kindness, support, mutual support, trust, and good communication. There's not just one thing that you need to make a relationship work. And love isn't even enough sometimes to make relationships work. But I don't want to digress. I just want to stick on the topic of what real love is. So real love would consist of those things that I've mentioned. Now, nobody's perfect, and sometimes people can do wrong, and people aren't always going to have good communication. Like, I'll use myself for example. Sometimes in my relationship, my partner will tell me this, and he'll agree. If he was here, he would say, yeah, that's you. Sometimes my communication skills aren't the best. For me, my way of dealing with things sometimes is by not talking, by keeping things to myself. That's how I am sometimes, because I feel like with me, sometimes I need to process what's going on and just think about it, and then when I'm ready, I will speak. So it's not that I won't communicate at all, it's the fact that I won't communicate immediately. So at the time something's happened, so for example, if the kitchen's been left in a mess after I've just cleaned it and I'm quite annoyed about that, I won't always speak on it straight away. And especially if I have a lot of things going on, maybe I've had a busy day, then I'm definitely not going to speak on it, because I feel like if I speak on it, I don't want to feel worse, you know. I don't want to feel angry. I don't want to have an argument. So sometimes I'll just like sort of reel it in and not speak and not express myself in the moment. So yeah, that's just an example of something that I am not the best at all times, but it doesn't make me a bad person. And it doesn't make me a bad person in a relationship. It doesn't mean I'm a bad partner either. So sometimes you may lack in some areas, but I feel like in terms of trust, I feel like that is a big thing that you shouldn't really lack in. I feel like in terms of respect, again, I feel like there's some things that need to be there at 100% all the time. So if your communication skills are at 50% sometimes, okay, you can work on that. But in terms of trust, in terms of respect, those things should definitely be there at all times. Because why would you not respect your partner, you know? Why would you do something that makes you untrustworthy? I'm not going to go too deep into that. I just wanted to paint a picture of things that a healthy, loving relationship needs. Now, first off, I want to talk on infatuation. Infatuation can sweep you right off your feet, especially in the beginning. It can sweep you off your feet. But listen, infatuation is not the foundation of a lasting, loving relationship. It's not. Although it feels great, although you may have butterflies in your stomach, although, you know, it gives you all of these lovely feelings, it is not the foundation of a lasting relationship. And infatuation, they say, lasts like the honeymoon. It's the honeymoon phase. You're infatuated during the honeymoon phase. And some people stay infatuated with their partners throughout the relationship. Sometimes relationships, dependent on the people and who they are loving and who they're in the relationship with, sometimes you'll stay having the butterflies in your stomach. Sometimes you will get nervous and shy around your partner. Sometimes all these things that you had in the beginning of the relationship can still continue throughout the years that you're with this person. It doesn't always go away. But what I'm saying is, don't confuse infatuation with real love. Now, at the beginning of a relationship, there are some things that you need to look out for. Let's call them red flags. There are red flags that you need to look out for. So if you see any of these things, and if you're newly in a relationship, or even if you've been with this person for a while, because people, I'm not going to say, oh, you have to be with someone for 3 years until you can say you love them, or 1 year or 6 months. You can love anyone at any given point when you feel it. If you feel it, and it's different for everyone, it is what it is. If you say that you've been with someone for a month or 2 months or 3 months and you feel you love them, I'm not going to say that's not true. I'm not going to say that's not correct, because that very well may be the case for you. But what I'm saying is, in terms of red flags, if you can spot these red flags at the beginning of a relationship rather than later, because when you stay in a relationship, the longer you stay in, the harder it is to escape. And I don't want to say escape, let me use a different word. To leave. If you can notice these things at the beginning, it's even better for you. So some things that I feel that you should look out for, that I would consider to be red flags. Possessiveness. If your person is possessive, that's a red flag. Because, okay, it's nice and it's cute that you just want me to yourself and I belong to you. I get that. We're together, so I am yours, in the sense of the fact that I'm not with anyone else. I'm with you, but I don't belong to you. You don't own me though. I'm with you. So don't act like you own me, because I am still my own person. I'm still my own person, and if I don't want to be with you anymore, I can leave. You don't own me. So if someone is acting possessive towards you, that is a red flag, because that can put you in a place where now you feel like you have to do whatever the other person wants you to do because they own you almost. Jealousy, again, red flag. And some people do have a jealous trait, and some people may feel a certain way about a girl talking to their man, or a man talking to their, sometimes you could feel a little jealous, but if you are constantly jealous to the point where you feel like your girlfriend or wife cannot speak to another man, no matter who that man is, it could be a friend, it could be a colleague, or vice versa, you don't feel like your man can speak to this woman. If it gets to the extent where that person cannot even communicate with the opposite sex, there's something seriously going wrong there, because you should feel comfortable enough and trust your partner enough that they can speak to the opposite sex. They can go out with friends and you not be there, and you not feel jealous because you're not there and they might be around the opposite sex or whatnot. You should feel comfortable enough to not feel that jealous. And if your partner is so jealous to the point where now you feel isolated, they're isolating you because they don't want you to go out with your friends, they don't want you to be around anyone else, they just want you. And it doesn't even have to be in regards to the opposite sex. It could be, and I've seen it like a few times, it could be the fact that they don't even want you to speak to your own family. They just want you to be all about them. They're isolating you to the point where you have no one. That is a crazy red flag. Red flag, red flag, red flag. They are walking red flags. And sometimes you don't see these things until you're deep in a relationship. Some people may show it. They may not be able to hide these things at the beginning of a relationship, and they show it straight away. That's great. If they do, good, because you can just walk away. You haven't invested anything. But if they are able to hide these things at the beginning of the relationship, and then these things start to show once you're invested, once you love them, then it's much, much harder. And sometimes you may not see it straight away because you are so in love with them that the love sort of outshines all the things that that other person is doing wrong. Now I want to talk about emotional abuse. Love that puts you down, love that belittles your dreams, and makes you question your self-love and makes you question your self-worth is not real love. If someone really loves you, they're not going to belittle your dreams. They're not going to make you feel like you can't achieve your dreams. They're not going to plant seeds in your head that this dream that you've had for how long isn't for you. They're not going to put you down. They're not going to tell you that you're less than, that you're not capable. They're not going to make you question your self-worth. And sometimes emotional abuse can be disguised as love, and that's why it's so dangerous, because someone can make you feel like they want the best for you, but really what they're trying to do is put you down. They don't want you to shine. They're trying to dim your light. Don't let them dim your light. If you're in a relationship right now and your partner has so much to say about your dreams, has so much to say about your life, and sort of tries to take control of what's going on in your life and in your world, don't allow it. Put an end to it, because at the end of the day, your dreams are your dreams, your life is your life. And like I said, emotional abuse can be disguised as real love when it's not. Of course it's not the same. Like, I'll give you an example. If you've had a terrible childhood, right, and you were told, oh, you were a burden on your parents. This is just an example, right? And you were told when you were young that, your parents didn't really want you, they just had you just for the sake of having you. It was an accident, you were a mistake, and you had a terrible upbringing. Now that you're in a relationship, the person that you're with doesn't want any children. And you've obviously told them about your past, you've told them about your upbringing, your life, and everything that you've been through in life. And they've listened and they've noted all of the stuff that you've told them. And now they don't want kids, but you want kids. And you've put it to them that you want children. Let me show you how someone can emotionally abuse you. This is an example. They can bring up the fact that you've had a terrible upbringing, and because of your upbringing, that will dwindle down into your children. They'll make you feel that you can't be a parent because you didn't have good parents. You can't be a good parent. You didn't have good parents to look up to. Do you really think you can be a good parent? That's emotional abuse. That's emotional abuse. Of course you can be a good parent, but what people do who try to emotionally abuse you and try to pull at your heartstrings, they'll take things from your own life and then use it against you. Don't let people emotionally abuse you. Please don't. That's just a random example. It could be about anything, but if you see those sorts of traits or those sorts of things happening, run. Now, moving on to codependency and true love. You can still be yourself, you can still be an individual and be in love, okay? And I'm gonna say that again. You can still be an individual, your own self, and still be in love. Codependency and real love are two different things. It doesn't mean that you can't be around someone all the time who you love. It doesn't mean that, you can't enjoy the same things as them and you can't miss them, and it doesn't mean any of those things. What I'm saying here is you still need to be who you are when you walked into that relationship. And if the relationship has made you into a better person, that's great. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your identity. Don't lose yourself in someone else. Sometimes you can get lost in what is best for you and what serves the relationship. And I gave an example of this in one of my other videos. I'll link it up here. And the example I gave in this video is that if your partner gets their dream job in a different country or a different state, and your dream job is in your country that you're living in at the moment and your state, compromise is okay. But if you're not happy and if your life is going to crumble, or if your life and everything you've built and worked for is going to go downhill, then don't do it. I'll give another example. If you've always wanted children and the person you started to speak to, you're falling for, doesn't want children, don't set yourself back for someone else, is what I'm saying. Real love encourages growth for both individuals in a relationship. You shouldn't feel like you can't do life without the other person. Saying that, I know it can become so hard, especially if you've been with someone for so long. You may very well feel, and you're not wrong, I'm not saying you're wrong, you may feel like you can't do life without them because they are all you've known for so long. So it's not wrong to feel like that. But what I'm saying is that's not the case. You'd be fine without them. You can do life without them. Whether you want to or not is a different thing. But you can do life without them. Now, let's talk on gaslighting and manipulation. If your partner is making you feel like you're losing grip on reality, they are gaslighting you. Gaslighting and manipulation messes with your perception of life and it makes you doubt your own instincts. Now, it could be something as simple as this. I'll give you an example. If you feel like your partner is cheating on you and you decide to go through their phone and you found evidence that they have cheated on you, they could turn around and say, well, you shouldn't have gone through my phone. You want to talk about trust? You've broken my trust by going through my private stuff, by going through my property. That is gaslighting, because the matter at hand is the fact that you suspected that they were cheating, you found evidence to suggest that they had been cheating, but somehow they've turned it around on you to make it feel like you're the bad person. Gaslighting is when someone who isn't a victim plays victim and makes you feel like you are the person who is doing bad, like you're the bad person. And gaslighting is absolutely horrible and very manipulative. And if you are going through that, cut that person off. That is not real love. Someone who loves you dearly, someone who shows you genuine love, will not gaslight you. They're not going to make you feel like you're crazy. They're not going to make you feel like you're the bad person. They're not going to put you in that space where you can't tell the difference between reality or not. You're questioning your own sanity. Wait, was I a bit too harsh there? Am I acting a bit crazy? Am I taking it too far? Am I overreacting? Maybe I shouldn't have gone through his phone. He's right. I did break his trust. No, don't get sucked into that sort of life. Don't get sucked in to your partner's abuse, because gaslighting is a form of abuse. So if your partner is showing these signs, and if your partner is gaslighting you and he's always right and you're wrong, and making you second guess yourself, making you question yourself and your own sanity, that's not real love. Lastly, I'm going to speak on self-love. Self-love, I speak about this so much, self-love, 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 because you have to love yourself, guys. If you want to have a lovely life and if you want to attract great things, you have to practice self-love. I always speak about this, but now I'm speaking about it in a sense of someone not loving themselves, and because they don't love themselves, they're not able to really show their partner love. If you're with somebody and they don't really like themselves, they don't really love themselves, they put themselves down, they clearly don't show love to themselves, then sometimes it may be difficult for them to love you. Because if they can't even love themselves, how can they find it in them to love you? Love starts with you, okay? And I'm going to say that again. Love starts with you. If I didn't love myself, I don't think I'd be able to love my partner correctly. I wouldn't know how to. But I do love myself. I love what God has created. I'm thankful to God for me. I know I'm a lovely person. I know I'm a kind person. I know I'm a caring person. I know my heart is pure. I love myself. I'm happy I am the way I am. So I have all the love to give to people. I have all the love to give to my children. I have all the love to give to my partner. I have all the love to give to my friends and so on. But it starts here. I love myself. So sometimes if you don't love yourself, it can be difficult to give love to other people. And I'm going to end with that. If you enjoyed this video, guys, please leave a like. Comment down below what your favourite part of the video was. If you want to talk about any of the things I've mentioned, and if you are going through it, or if you have been through a relationship where you wasn't shown your love, put it down in the comments. Tell me how you overcame. Tell me when you finally realised that, you know, this isn't real love. I'm probably going to do a part 2 for this video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know if you'd like to see a part 2, and I'll definitely do a part 2 to this video. And please check out my other videos in terms of like affirmation, self-love, manifestation, and just building the life that you want. So yeah, like I said, thank you for watching this video. Please leave a like, leave the comments down below. If you have any ideas, if there's any videos that you'd love to see me do that I haven't uploaded yet, or you want to see more of, put it down below. Don't be shy. But yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. Turn on the post notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And until next time, stay blessed, stay happy. Bye.